What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the TheVaultProScooters. My name is Austin, and today we are here for another video. It's that time of the year again where Aztek drops all their new products, and Dom Marconi, owner of Aztek Scooters, flies in to break down and talk about all the new products that you guys can get your hands on. It's a lot of cool stuff. I'm gonna pass it over to Dom, and let's hear what he has to say.
Hey guys, I'm Dom, and I design all the products for Aztek, and I'm back, and I'm gonna show you what we've been working on lately. So the first product we have is the Europa Deck, and I'm really excited about this deck because it makes a lot of improvements over our best-selling deck, which is the 666. One of the main differences with this deck is the grinding surface. So the Europa Deck uses a unique convex extrusion that gives you a dynamic balance point when you're grinding. So this feature allows you to make minute, autonomous adjustments to your balance point during board slides and lip slides. So sometimes when you're grinding, you might not be balanced dead center right on top of the deck, or you might, hit a rough spot in the rail. If you're doing this on a flat bottom deck, you kind of just have to jump off and you're out of luck and you got to retry the trick again. So the Europa Deck allows you to correct your slide so you can board slide longer and smoother and more confidently. The whole surface is rounded, although there is like a flat section. It's not 3 flat sections. These parts are actually rounded.
Okay, and that's what you're saying. So if you were to get on a rail that has a rough patch, or you start to get on a little uneven, it having these angled surfaces will help you kind of correct it and stay on the rail instead of having to hop off the rail.
Exactly.
So when you do 50s, are you actually still grinding on the surface of the deck, or are you more on the deck ends on both ends?
Yeah, so the dropouts on the deck, they're still totally flat. So when you're doing a 50, it's going to feel the same way it would with a traditional deck. Due to the fact that there's a lot less friction, it actually slides way faster than a...
Because you're not grinding through the whole surface of the deck as well,
right?
Essentially?
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy. I know it's super popular when people ride pegs too, where their deck isn't actually ever touching. So it's pretty similar to riding pegs in that aspect.
Yeah, it grinds really well.
Well, we've seen your riders ride, so we definitely know it slides, right?
So there's a little bit of a learning curve when you're trying to learn how to board slide on this deck, but after you do, you could definitely do them much more confidently.
So you didn't just create a bigger deck, you actually redesigned and created a bigger deck. You designed something that really isn't available in scootering.
Yeah, I didn't just want to take the same deck and make it bigger, and I've been working on this feature. We've tested out a few different designs with something similar to this, but we all really like it.
Okay, and then I know a lot of people watching this video want to know, how big is this deck?
Oh yeah, it's 7 inches wide, and you could get it in 23 or 24.
7 inches wide. But you guys, let's be honest, we all kind of saw it coming, especially after making 1 the first 6 wide and then 2 the 666. It was like, it's coming. It was only right.
Yeah, so everyone on the team definitely really likes big decks, that's for sure. So we also gave it this really cool metallic blue paint. It looks pretty dark depending on how you're looking at it, but when the light hits it, it really shines. So
yeah, I don't know if the camera does justice, but the color is amazing. Like when you see the deck in person, it pops, especially depending on how the light is hitting it.
Yeah, the paint itself is actually really hard, so it helps with sliding too, because it gives you a really smooth surface. And we also have these new spacers on the back, and these they give you a little more room when you're trying to do 5.0s.
When I first saw the back of the deck, I was like, hey, those spacers are so big, but then when I noticed that they matched the same size as the dropouts, I was like, oh, it's probably for grinding.
Yep.
Smart.
Yeah, so the best part about this deck is that, even though it's so big, it's still only about an ounce heavier than the 666 deck. So if you're worried about it being too heavy, it's probably not going to be that much of an issue.
So we just weighed it, and the Europa Deck weighs 4.6 pounds, in case you guys are wondering.
We're also going to have these rear end kits available, and it comes with a titanium axle and then aluminum spacers. These ones are steel, and if you put this thing on, it'll take off another 0.2 pounds. And in the back of the deck, that weight's really critical.
And what made you want to do that? Just to have an option to reduce weight as well?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Exactly.
Oh, this weighs nothing. This is crazy.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, as far as design goes for this deck, has anything else changed? I know there's a little bit of a different head tube. I'm sure that had some...
Yeah, we made the head tube a little bit lighter, and other than that, that's pretty much all the major points about it.
Sweet. Well, game changer of a deck, obviously. It's nice to know that you guys didn't just take the 666 deck and make it bigger. It's a completely redesigned deck from the ground up. The color is so good.
It does look good and rides amazing.
All right, sweet. So that is the Europa Deck. What's next?
So the next product we have is an all-new complete scooter, and this is called the Corsa Complete, and it's our new park scooter.
So the previous completes, the Fountain, the Architect, and the Siren were more revolved around, I guess, street, right? They were a little bit bigger, squared ends and stuff like that. But this is a complete totally geared towards park riders.
Yeah, so you know, if you ride skate parks or do triple kicklesses or any sort of big air tricks, this scooter is perfect for you. It's actually the lightest professional scooter that you can get out of the box.
What does it weigh? All right, so as you guys can see, the Corsa Complete weighs 6 pounds, 1.9 ounces. Just for context, this is the Green Goblin custom build that we did a couple weeks ago. I just want you guys to see what this weighs in comparison. Yeah, 11 pounds, 6.6 ounces. So, I mean, that Complete weighs almost 12 pounds. This Complete weighs 6 pounds.
Yeah, it's about half the weight of you know, a bigger scooter.
As far as specs goes, what does this thing have?
So the deck is 4.8 inches wide and it's 19.5 long. And the scooter comes with the Circa 2 fork. It's got SCS compression, aluminum bars. The bars are 25 by 22, including the height of the SCS. And then it also has the Architect wheels.
This is also a completely new deck, right?
Yeah, it's an all new deck that's really light.
SCS compression, Circa fork, so it's pretty much got one of the lightest SCSs, the lightest fork essentially. Super light bars, a redesigned light deck, and it pretty much makes up for the lightest Complete you can buy.
Yeah, and you know, the retail price is only $250, and when you look at it, you really get a lot of value.
Matisse, come here. Just embrace how light this is.
Whoa. That's actually pretty light. It kind of feels like maybe you're holding like 2 titanium bars.
6 pounds.
I think there's a couple decks that might weigh more than
sorry.
that whole scooter.
Crazy, right?
Yeah, so we have the aqua one, and then you'll also be able to get the scooter in black.
Ooh, same exact scooter, just another colorway. So if aqua isn't your cup of tea, you guys can go with the black, and it's a little bit more neutral. And you can switch out whatever parts you want. But personally, I think I like the aqua more. But yeah, the scooters are super sick. If you guys are in the market for the lightest scooter you can get, you guys can definitely trust the name Aztek. And Dom definitely knows what he's doing when it comes to making lightweight and strong parts. So if you want to pick up one of these, it should be available here shortly. So that's it for the Corsa. I believe there's a couple more parts to look at, right?
So the next product is the Mike Hohmann Signature Lucid 2 deck. So this deck is awesome because aside from the sick paint job, it's actually an all new size. Mike wanted something that was right in between 6 and the 666 deck. So if you want something a little bit bigger than the 6 but aren't ready to go up to the 666, this deck's for you.
How big is this one?
So it's 6.25 inches wide and you can get it in 22 or 23-inch lengths. Comes in this really cool baby blue gloss paint and it has a pretty dope graphic by Olivia Monks.
Nice. So we did just confirm that the deck is a Lucid 2 deck. Obviously, it's just larger. If you liked the Lucid 2 and you just wanted something a little bit bigger and you didn't want to jump to the 666, this is going to be the deck for you.
Hey guys, Michael Hohmann here, Sig deck.
So why did you do the color that you did?
Well, me and Olivia decided to go blue and yellow just because it would pop pretty hard. We had a couple different colors in mind, but the blue and yellow ended up looking the best. I wanted to go with the graphic just since I've been using the VX for quite a few years now and we've done a lot with it. So I just wanted to pay a little tribute to it, put on my deck, kind of immortalize it.
Nice. And then as far as size goes, Dom was explaining that you wanted something a little bit bigger than the 6 wide, but not as big as
Yeah, well, I started learning 5.0s and it just got to a point where I was running 5.5 and it just like, I needed a little more. And when I got the 6, I realized like, I still probably couldn't do all the things I wanted to do with the 6. So just ended up going a little bit bigger. But I think 625 is probably what I'm gonna settle with for my scooter riding. And it feels great so far.
So if you want to support Mike and get a sick deck, you can get this.
Absolutely. One of the coolest graphics, one of the coolest colors, and one of the best decks. What more could you really want, right? Sweet. All right. Well, that's it for the Michael Hohmann Sig deck. Let's keep going. So is this what I think it is? Did you make the lightest fork lighter?
Yeah, so this is the Circa 3 fork. The Circa 2 was already incredibly light, but this one comes in even lighter.
So if I remember correctly, there was no difference between the Circa 1 and the Circa 2. It was just a little bit of aesthetic changes, different graphics and stuff like that. Whereas this fork is different. It's a completely different fork essentially.
Yeah, so it has a cutout in the fork legs now. The fork was already really strong, so we were able to remove that material and still keep it just as strong.
How much lighter did you make the fork by cutting out the holes?
I think it's about 5 grams lighter.
It doesn't sound like a lot, because it isn't a lot when you're already talking about a fork that's incredibly light, but I mean, why not just continue to make it lighter, am I right?
I mean, every gram definitely matters.
I back it. I'm curious how much it weighs. Doesn't even weigh a pound.
It's about 1/3 of a pound.
6.4 ounces. This thing doesn't even weigh a pound. Not even a pound. That's insane. Now you guys understand why that Complete weighs nothing. So other than that, spec-wise, we're still looking at the same exact fork, SCS or HIC compression.
Yeah, it's the same specs.
So the Circa fork does only fit up to 24mm wheels. If you guys are a fan of riding wider wheels, you guys can take a look at the Aztek Templar fork. That one fits 30 wide wheels and stuff like that. As far as the Circa 3 fork goes, compatibility is the same, specs are the same, and it comes in the same beautiful variety of colors, right? So you guys still have the black, you guys have the ivory, one of my favorite colors. You have the aqua, and finally, the ruby. I feel like the ruby looks better this time around too. It's a little bit more pink.
Yeah, it's hard to get the anodizing the right color because we actually use a whole new material, 70-75 aluminum. There's very few forks that use this material, and there's even fewer who cold forge the fork.
So, Circa 3 fork, new and improved, lighter than the previous one. If you guys want to pick one up, like I said, the link should be down below.
So the last product we have to show you is the Hydra Deck, which is now available in black chrome. I'm personally just obsessed with the color, so I've been making a lot more parts. You can also get the Da Vinci bars in this color. Yeah, so this is the lightest deck out there, and the weight distribution of this deck is really unique, so it feels much more balanced when you're whipping and flipping.
So nothing has really changed. Same Aztek Hydra Deck, just now available in black chrome. It's so light. It's like incredibly light. So that's pretty much it.
Yeah, so that's all the new products we have coming out this season.
Dude, thank you again for pulling up.
Thank you, Austin.
If you guys haven't realized, Dom pulls up every year to show us and give us pretty much the exclusive look at all the new products coming out. Aztek is a very popular brand. They pretty much sell majority of the most popular parts in scootering, so it's an honor to have you here. An honor to give the fans an exclusive look, and just thanks for letting us do this, honestly.
Yeah, thank you. I always enjoy coming here.
All right, well, that's gonna be it for this video. If you guys enjoyed, please let us know by hitting that like button, dropping a comment, and making sure you're subscribed. Make sure to check out Dom and Aztek. All their links will be down below, along with all the links for all the products that we went over in today's video. All right, well, thank you again, Dom, and we'll see you in the next one.
Peace.